Today we're looking at my personal Nintendo Switch and doing some desperately needed upgrades. My son has been playing this Switch quite a bit lately, and as you can see, the left Joy-Con rubber is worn down and the left bumper button is not working. So in this video, we're going to do a Hall Effect Joy-Con upgrade on both of the sticks, and then we're also going to fix that left bumper button. We're starting with the left Joy-Con. I'm using the iFixit guide to make sure that I'm following all the steps correctly. And you do need a special screwdriver you can pick up for pretty cheap to get into the Joy-Con. Let's get started. Once you remove those proprietary screws, it's pretty easy to pop open the Joy-Con. You just want to be careful and take your time. Next up, we'll get the battery removed. Once you have the Joy-Con opened up, the rest of the screws are Phillips, so it makes it a little easier to get into. In this part, we're removing the mid-frame to get to the joystick and the left bumper button cable. So it's a little hard to see in this clip, but the left bumper cable goes over the back of the joystick. So I'm loosening that to get that out of the way so that I can unscrew the Phillips screws and remove the joystick. With that out of the way, we can now remove the rest of the screws for the left bumper cable and get that fully replaced. Now it's time to put in the new Hall Effect joystick. The ribbon cables are a little difficult to get back in and hold them in place, so definitely take your time if you do this yourself. Sometimes this left bumper button can fall out during repair, so I'm just getting that set back in before I get everything put back together. Now we're basically just reassembling it, getting the mid-frame connected back to the main board, and then getting it all closed up. This battery connection is a little bit of a pain, but if you just take your time, you can get it back where it needs to be. I've got the Joy-Con hooked back into the Switch, and I'm going to calibrate the control stick and also test the buttons just to make sure everything's working. And it looks like that repair was a success. Let's move on to the right Joy-Con. So the repair of the right Joy-Con is a little bit different just because you have an antenna for the infrared and you also have a different location for the joystick. But I'll have a link below on the guides that I use to fully take this apart. And while we're getting this right Joy-Con fixed up, I wanted to draw attention to a comment I got on one of my previous videos. So they're mainly asking, what certifications or courses do you need to acquire to do stuff like this? And while I do have some certifications and I do have an extensive IT background, I didn't really have anything when I got started. I was just a curious kid that wanted to learn how computers worked, and I found some old computers and started to take them apart. And I made a lot of mistakes along the way. I broke a lot of things. I learned how to fix them and make them work again just through trial and error. So remember that if you want to learn something, you really only have to give yourself permission, and people will doubt you, people will make fun of you, people will say you can't do it. But as long as you believe in yourself and you want to do it, you can learn anything, I believe. And that's kind of how I got started. So if you want to get a certification, I still recommend the CompTIA A+ certification. A lot of people will say you don't really need that anymore, and I think if you want to work in corporate IT especially, getting your A+ is just a good start. And there are other certifications, obviously, that you can get down the road as well. But I think the A+ is a good start, and that's definitely what I would recommend. And now that we have that right Joy-Con replaced and hooked back up, we're just getting everything reassembled. We will get it attached to the Switch so that we can calibrate the joystick and just test all the buttons again. And then we should be good to move on to the next step. Next up, we will get this old screen protector removed since it has a slight crack in it, and then we will get it replaced with a fresh one. And unfortunately, when I first applied it, there were some bubbles underneath, so I had to pull it up a little bit and kind of reapply it and just take my time to get all the bubbles out. And once I did that, we were good to go. And after wiping everything down with some isopropyl alcohol and getting their protective shells back on the Joy-Cons, I definitely had to test it out with a round of Spelunky. So I wanted to genuinely thank everyone for liking and subscribing so far and commenting on this. I've been wanting to make videos for a long time, and I've done it off and on for years. And it's encouraging to see people interact with this content and enjoy it. So let me know what you want to see in future videos, and I'll see you in the next one.